My god, it's autumn! I am, as I said in my last video, if you missed it, I'm so happy it's autumn. I can't wait. I get to snuggle this, even though it's a doorstop. It's actually really heavy, but oh, I just love autumn so much. It's actually the middle of the day, so I can't really put the candles on yet. Or can I? Don't know, comment below. Is it acceptable to put candles on at 3 o'clock? I just not sure it is. But yeah, anyway, hello, welcome back to another video. I am going to go through my questions that I've been asked in the hope to help just one of you on your fat loss journey. In my last video, you would have seen that I had that big plaster on my nose. It is now in fact gone, and the scarring is very, very minimal. So that is my nose update. And yeah, and also this week has been quite a busy one. Oh god, I feel so bad saying it. My dog had his castration done, and he also had a hernia. So it's been quite a week in this household. He's still not better, but he's finally, after 48 hours of trying, is having his painkillers. So he's a bit happier. It's been awful for anyone that has a dog. Like, oh, I would actually go as far as saying, like, don't do it. It's oh, it's been heartbreaking. It has, and he's had 2 operations in one, so you can imagine, can't you, the pain he's in, and oh, it's been awful. I've just been crying for the last couple of days, to be honest. Anyway, let's kickstart with these questions. The first one is, what's the best way to lose belly fat? Good question. So you see a lot of stuff online, like 10-minute ab burner, or take these tummy fat burners, whatever. All this stuff out there, and honestly, it is just marketing tools. It's just to get you to click on the video. It's just to get you to buy the supplement. That's all that is. Yeah, if you do abs, you will get a stronger core, but don't rely on abs or supplements to help you to lose belly fat. It all comes down to nutrition, to gut health, and feeding your body the right foods. The first thing, if you are just starting out, the first thing I recommend you do is you just start by getting in a calorie deficit, staying consistent, and watching that scale come down. I wouldn't fixate so much so at the start on your tummy. Like, just focus on one thing at a time, so you don't get overwhelmed, you don't get stressed, and because obviously you won't lose weight, and you just focus on getting your kg down, and you will notice it come off your tummy as well. Then the next step after that, which I will tell you now in case you're someone who actually is losing the kgs every single week consistently, and you're still, like, I don't know, 5-6 kg down and you still haven't noticed a difference, then it will be your gut and your the food that you're putting into your body, essentially. So this doesn't mean like cut out bread, pasta, rice. No. All it means is with your gut, basically the gut doesn't provide us with healthy microbiome. It basically just feeds us bad bacteria, and I put it like that because it's not actually bad, but that's just how it's spoken about. I suppose it is a bit bad, to be fair, but anyway, bad bacteria in the gut, and the body reproduces that. So it's a bit like it's like when you have one chromosome, one bad bacteria, that will then double, and then triple, and then quadruple, and etc, etc. So what we need to be doing is just leveling out that gut, and you can get the healthy bacteria from certain foods in your diet. You absolutely can. So that's why obviously being healthy when you're trying to like work on your gut health and your tummy and bloating and gassiness and just creating that leaner tummy, why it is spoke about to get like a healthy diet in, basically. However, you can do that, but it's also, like, and I recommend you do that, but it's also not enough. How annoying. You need to make sure that you are also giving the gut healthy bacteria, and that is through supplementation. So if you're watching this and you don't take probiotics, please get yourself into Holland and Barrett's and get them. For years, I actually had the gut gummies from My Protein, which were really, really good. However, they were always out of stock and they just weren't coming in consistently enough for me, so I actually parked them aside, and I now take some from Holland and Barrett. They've got 3 billion live cultures of healthy microbiome in your gut, which is great. That's going to help balance out the bad bacteria. And the ones from My Protein had 1 billion in, so, you know, weigh up the pros and cons of what you would like, but obviously the more microgynon you have in it, the better. If you're unsure on what ones to get, message me or drop a comment down below, because they do have particular I cannot for the life of me say the word, but it's like lactabilicus or something. There's certain ones that you need, and I just know the ones that are in the product and I know the ones that aren't. So yeah, just drop it down below and I'll link you up to that. And yeah, basically look after your gut. So yeah, that's something else you can do. Also looking at when you're going, once you've like started that calorie, obviously you're now taking your probiotics and you want to level it up another layer, so it's going to sandwich it up. The last thing you can do is then really just look at like the quality of the products that you're eating, of the meats, of the fishes, of the foods. Am I eating lots of processed? Could I like potentially just have one processed meal a day and the rest, or one processed snack and the rest be whole foods? Look at the quality of your food and what you're having, because I cannot tell you how important that is. It doesn't mean you have to study it and look for certain things in meat and everything, because it's not, meat is meat, and you know, it's cleaner than anything you can have. So what I mean is, look at having like meat and fish for a majority of your day, and then adding in like a slice of, I don't know, Greek yogurt, which is dairy, with the dark chocolate. That's going to be a healthy fat, you know. But this is what I help my one-to-ones with, because that is very personal, it's very in-depth. You know, one of my one-to-ones, bless her, she's got PCOS. My other one-to-one has got dietary requirements that we need to look at, and then my other one-to-one hasn't got any of the above. So it's very personal, that part of the journey. So for now, it just sounds like you want to lose some body weight, so just, yeah, stick to that calorie and you will make a loss. My next question, here we go. Could you please talk about reverse dieting and maintaining, and why maintaining seems to be more challenging than losing the weight? Yes, and there's another question in one, so I can answer as well. Maintaining, well, it depends where you're at in your journey. However, maintaining can seem harder than losing weight, because well, what most people do, and this is a very common mistake, is people will leave their diet too early. They're like, yeah, I've lost 5 kg, I'm feeling good, I'm confident now, I'm gonna stop there. And they stop in their dieting calories. So let's just say your calories 1500 dieting. You cannot sustain and live off 1500. If you're gonna stay in it for like 6 months, a year while you're dieting, depending on your goal, you wouldn't stay there for a year actually, but you would get progressively lower for a year. Then that's fine. But if you're looking to stay in that calorie forever to maintain your result, you simply won't be able to maintain that, because, well, for instance, eating out nowadays, you know, if you say you went for a pizza, it's about 850 calories. If you went for a curry, it's 1200 calories. So already that is a huge amount of food taken from your 1500 calorie goal. So it's not that you're not capable, and it's not that you're not able to stick to it. It's literally impossible. No one can. Unless you're a toddler and you only eat 1200 calories a day like my niece, then that would be you. By the way, this came up, my niece doesn't track her food, but toddlers eat 1200 calories to 1300 calories a day. Just fact. So what you need to do, and what this client is doing, because she's on the lift method, is she is actually reversing out. So she is, well, I am upping her calorie, responding to her body, and getting her to a new place. This particular client as well, let me tell you a bit about her. She has lost weight whilst eating more, which means her body was so ready for that refeed. It wanted the new food, it wanted more food, and that is why her body's responded well, because the more food you have, your metabolism is like a washing machine. So the less food you have when you're on a diet, it slows down, which I know sounds baffling when you're trying to lose weight, but that's true. And that's why you can't diet for a long time as well, because your metabolism will get too slow, your digestion will get too slow, you won't be pooping, you'll be really tired, the food won't be doing anything. That's another story for another day. But essentially, the more food you eat, the faster it goes. So imagine like the washing machine on spin, like it's going round, 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 round. The more food you've got in your body, the more your body is occupied, it's busy, it's going to be burning calories by breaking down that food. It's going to be burning calories by digesting, by chewing, by swallowing. The whole digestive system burns calories at rest. So the more food you're eating in some cases, and only if you do it slowly, if you do it fast, if you go from like 1500 to 2000 calories, it will go back onto your belly as fat. And I say belly because that is usually the first place it goes. So you just got to do it slowly and controlled. But yeah, any more questions on this, let me know. But I think what this particular client is saying, she's finding it harder because she's losing weight eating more. That won't happen forever, but it is happening now because you just needed to have that refeed because you've been dieting for a certain amount of time. And also, this client, let's stay in touch and let's see what happens next in the next fortnight on the lift method and see what happens. If you don't know what the lift method is, by the way, it's my group coaching. The next one is going live in 2026. So if you want to get on the wait list, I'll put it down below. You just join that list and then you'll get all the info there. But also on my handles on Instagram, and I'll be back here to announce the date when it's all planned and it's all laid out on my website. So third question is, and please could you talk about how you, here we go, and please could you talk about how you recommend training whilst on your period and your energy levels are on the floor? Yes, sure. I have mixed emotions about this because I keep seeing a lot online at the moment about training on your period, and there's a lot of misconception out there. A lot of people are saying, change your workout plan. You shouldn't be doing the same workout plan on your cycle. That's false. Boo, big red cross for you. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, it's honestly not that complicated. When you're on your period, naturally as your hormones change, you will just feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more hungry, a little bit more like that mindset of, I can't be bothered. You know, we all get it. That is because your hormones are unbalanced. They're not balanced, they're unbalanced, and they're changing at all times in your cycle. It's like that. Okay, so one day you might wake up and you feel really tired and can't be bothered and sluggish and irritable and everything, and the next day you wake up and you're full of beans and you're ready to go and you're excited to smash the day. It's just different for everyone in different stages of your journey. What I will say is, if you are on contraception, you may find that none of this happens because it blocks out those kind of emotions, those PMS symptoms, and it basically is like a fake bleed, so that's why you don't get those. But no judgment here if you're on contraception or not, doesn't matter. Just listen to your body and expect change if you're not on it, and if you are on contraception, you might not get it as big as what I'm mentioning. You might be looking at me like, well, that doesn't happen to me, but the contraception will be the reason why if you are on it. So the thing that you should be doing with your training is simply reducing the amount of intensity that you're putting on your body, because you physically won't be able to lift it. Like my hip thrust is 150. If oh my god, the day before my period or even the week before my period, if I went into the gym and I tried to lift 150 kg hip thrust, well, my body just wouldn't do it unless I have a snack before I go. So if I have a snack, I can do it. If I don't have a snack, I can't. Okay, so I would start by, when you go to the gym on your period, what I start by doing is starting at a low weight and trying to go up. Okay, so let's just say I lift my 150 on my hip thrust. The next week I go to the gym, I will start with 100 on my warm-up set, which I don't track, and then my first set I'll go to 120, see how I feel. If I'm still like, yeah, that's fine, I'll go to 130, see how I feel. If I'm like, yeah, that's fine, I'll go to 150, and if it's not fine, I'll stay at 130. So it can just be a matter of you trialing it out, basically. But essentially, if you want like an equation to follow and something to help you in terms of like the maths, but don't get too hung up on this because it is very personal and it is a matter of trial and error, then take away 10% from your original load. So if you do like 150, take 10%, take 5, that is 145 if I've done that right. It is a Wednesday at 3 p.m. 5%. Oh god, 150, take away 10%. Oh, 135. Yeah, I knew something wasn't quite right about that. So then it'd be 135, which was about right. What I was saying earlier is I normally do go to 130 rather than 150. Does that make sense? Let me know if you have any questions. But essentially you're taking the intensity down so that your body can cope and it can still lift. The other thing as well for that, though, I was talking to actually a one-to-one client about this, is it's more for like your mental health as well, because sometimes when you're lifting heavy and then you go in the next week and you can't do it, it's really demoralizing, and you feel like oh, I'm a failure, I want to quit, and you hate that feeling. You know, it's a horrible feeling. It makes you feel really low. And actually, with my one-to-ones anyway, they message me, they have a reason. They message me and they'll be like, oh my god, I couldn't do this, like why? And I'll explain, and they feel better, and they feel like satisfied by that, basically, which is nice, because when you get in your own head about things like this, it can feel quite overwhelming, and like, oh god, I need to change everything up, this can't be right, I can't do that anymore, oh, I might injure myself, and all these thoughts go through your head. But actually, you will be able to do it. It's just because you're during a period. What you can do and should do instead when you are on your period, if you can't lift heavier and you're thinking absolutely no way can I do 150, is have the snack before you go. First of all, high carb snack, something like a bagel and chocolate spread. Oh, I had that this morning, it was so nice. Or just not like protein yogurt, nothing like that. Greek yogurt with like some honey on it, maybe some blueberries for some micronutrients in there and volume as well. So have a snack. Make sure you've got a good sleep the night before as well, and don't add the kg up, but add on, sorry, my camera just died, but yeah, so add on extra reps if you can't add on the kg. Good night's sleep, snack before you go. Boom chicka boom. My next question is, I feel fine. This is a good one. I feel like at the gym I'm just with the mindset of anything is better than nothing. So I've been going, just doing the treadmill and some weights I have access to. Is this still beneficial? Anything is better than nothing, you are quite right. If this is happening just like on the off cuff because you're on holiday and your gym doesn't have all the equipment, so you're just doing what you can, you're just doing like a makeshift workout basically, just move your body more for your mental and more for your mental health, then fine. If this is happening every single week, all I would say is don't expect progress. Don't expect to tone up to get stronger, because your body will be inconsistent with what you're lifting. Every day will feel like day one, which can feel quite demotivating, which can lead people to spiral off track as well and off routine and not do any of their workouts ever. That's where you kind of see the common like 2 weeks on and then like 2 weeks off, and then get back on it and then on, you know? So to avoid that, I would stick to a consistent schedule. If you haven't like got a workout that day and you just want to go for a walk on the treadmill, but you can do the weights another day, can someone write in the comments memory card? Because I keep running out of memory and I keep saying to myself, I'm gonna get a new memory card, and I just haven't. Specifically for these Q&As. Anyway, my answer to your question, my love, is yes, it's absolutely fine to go into the gym and do that as a one-off, but I wouldn't do it every week if you're expecting to tone up and to get stronger and to continue to lose weight. My next question, tips for not picking up food between meals / snacks, especially when preparing healthy family meals, staying within fat targets. Yes, got you. Right, you know when you're chopping up pepper or something and just put it in your mouth? That is absolutely fine. That is literally fine, because you shouldn't be tracking your veg anyway. So doing that is fine. If you're like cooking it and then you see some crisps in the cupboard and you put your hand in that and eating it, yes, that is going to hinder your results. So the best thing to do, and to be honest, I don't really recommend this, but to help you get out of that cycle, snack on the food that you're already preparing. So like, for example, if you're cutting pepper and you're cutting it up for the family, then cut another bit of pepper and eat that, because that's got no calories in. You don't track that anyway, so just eat that and then chop the rest of it rather than the crisps. That's going to be the better option for you, okay? We all do it. I literally did it earlier. I was cooking rice with my egg fried rice, and I literally did a spoonful of rice in my mouth, but I'd already tracked it, so it doesn't matter because it's part of my tracking. So yeah, eat what you've already tracked to eat, if that makes sense. That's what I would do. Also, make sure between meal times, your meal times aren't too long. So if you're going like over 4 hours before the next meal, you're going to feel really ravenous. Also in your meals, so basically you want to stay full for as long as possible so you don't get that feeling. So in your meals, add unlimited veggies and salad untracked as well, in your lunch and dinner especially. It's usually like the 3 p.m, 4 p.m. like wall, isn't it? Where you're like, I really want a snack, but you don't actually need it. It's just because it's convenience eating, you know, you're not hungry, or you might be hungry, but yeah, basically you don't want to be hungry. So add extra veggies into your lunch to prevent that. And then yeah, shorten the window of your eating windows, so you have like 4 hours as a maximum before your next meal, and then you won't hit that wall, you won't hit that place because you've got the food in your tummy already. My last and final tip is, if you are getting hungry, take a look at your protein levels. Are they hitting the targets? If not, work on that. That's going to keep you full for longer as well. Any more cues on this, just let me know. And my last one, here we go. Currently I feel stuck at the same weight and not able to get past it. Do I need to change something to finally get over that? So if you've been dieting for a while, yes, your weight will become quite stagnant and it won't move. However, be really honest with yourself, and like really honest, and sometimes it's really hard to do this, but try. Say to yourself, have I stuck to my calorie every day for the last 7 days? And be really honest with that. If it's like the previous question, you've been tracking your calorie, but you've been eating stuff whilst you've been on the go and you haven't tracked that, then that's why you're not losing weight, okay? So if you are 100% sticking to that calorie, send me a message and I will tell you what to do next. Say, you know, have you been doing your steps? Have you been doing your workouts to get your energy deficit up? And be really honest with those questions. If you have been doing if it's like yes to all 3 of those questions, then yes, something needs to change. But if actually, no, if I'm gonna be really honest, no, actually I haven't stuck to that calorie, I thought I had, but actually no, I haven't, then stick to that calorie for a solid week and you will get a loss. Any other questions, just let me know down in the comments. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope that has answered your cues, and I'll see you in the next one.